Hi, my name is Elise.
And this is Claire.
And you're listening to Chatterbox Island English Podcast.
Welcome back to Chatterbox Island English Podcast, in which we talk about all kinds of interesting stuff in English.
In last episode, we talked about some behaviors that we consider as red flags or deal breakers in a relationship.
So if you want to find out what we learned from our past relationships and what to look out for in dating, you can listen to that episode after this one.
Just click on our podcast or YouTube channel or any platform that you're listening to right now. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about weird habits that are actually relatable. Yes, which are, like some habits that you normally won't tell others about them because you might think they're weird, but actually most people have those habits as well.
So what are some habits of yours you consider it's weird?
Okay, so my number one weird habit is that sometimes when I walk on the sidewalk or the pavement, I'll try to avoid stepping on the lines on the ground. Like I don't step on two tiles at the same time, so my shoes will fit perfectly into the square. So, I don't know why.
I just kind of feel more comfortable avoid stepping on the lines.
Yeah, I just feel like, okay, yes, I'm safe.
But you actually don't feel it.
But I just feel like, okay, I'm doing this right.
Yeah, doing this right.
Yeah, what about you?
I would say, getting the cash in my purse and make sure they go into the same direction, like putting all the bill or receipts all faced up or straightening the paper or the money, and just keep my money organized, just make me feel like I'm going to be rich.
But that takes a lot of time because sometimes when you get changes and the clerk will just put a bunch of money on your hand.
So I won't organize it in the front of the clerk. I just take time.
So you will remember that you haven't organized it.
Yeah, I remember I have messy money in my purse.
And you will take time to...
And when I'm in my lunch break, I will remember, okay, I have a messy money in my purse, then I have to take 1-2 minutes to organize them.
Okay, that's pretty weird. So the next one for me is, talking to myself or pretending I'm having an argument with someone in English when I'm alone. And the weird thing is I can't do that in Chinese. I don't know why, but it just feels super weird and awkward if I talk to myself in Chinese.
I think, talking in English is not weird at all, but the weird is you literally talking to yourself, speaking it out or just in your mind.
You have to speak it out loud to be talking to yourself. Otherwise, you're just thinking.
Right? Okay. Right? So you literally just, speak it out.
I speak it out loud when I'm alone.
And you will have an argument with yourself.
No, I will pretend like I'm having an argument with someone else.
You will just, a role play, right?
But I won't role play the other person. I will just talk like I'm trying to persuade someone of my perspective.
So you have a completely different point of views.
And I will try to in my mind they're saying something back, but I will just speak it out loud.
Okay.
Is that weird? Does that make me sound like I'm crazy?
Cool. It sounds like 24 bills in Elise.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, my number 2 habit has nothing to do with language though. I will wipe the edge of can or bottles before I drink it. Even if it's fresh or non-opened, it just feels more sanitary. I
think I've read the news that says that actually cans and bottles, even fresh from the store, is actually really dirty.
Yeah, it's even dirtier than toilets.
Yeah, a lot of germs are on it.
So I think we should all do that.
Yeah, good habit. Okay, so another weird habit of mine is measuring time in music. So if I start doing something, I'll play an album or a playlist, and then that way I'll know how many songs or albums it takes for me to finish doing something.
Okay, so you will say, hey Claire, let's meet after
this album. That's true. That's how I measure time.
That's really weird. That's really weird. Okay, my number 3 habit also relates to time management.
Okay.
I always wear a watch when I attend meetings. You know, wearing watch reminds you to really use the time wisely. If sometimes you feel like you don't want to continue the meeting, you could just pretend you are peeking at your watch. It makes the other person feels like, am I, running out of time?
Oh, okay. It's like a hint, a sign.
It's a sign.
You're pretending like you're checking your watch
I'm
and
pretending I'm in very hurry. I'm in a hurry.
Okay. That's actually a good habit. I would say
a good habit.
Yeah. So we found a list of people sharing their weirdest habits online, and we can go through the list and see if we can actually relate to some of them. So the number 1 is someone says, when I eat food, I eat them in order of least favorite to my favorite. So the last thing I eat tastes the best. Do you do that?
No, like what are you, 9? I won't order something I don't like.
But it doesn't have to be something you don't like. It's just like the order, like from your least favorite to your favorite.
But
you must have a preference, right?
Yeah, but it's really hard to put them into different scale.
Oh, okay. So you say you can't rank them.
Yeah, I just can't rank them.
Okay, so I do that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm 9. I always start with my least favorite food. Like even now, I'll save my favorite food at the end of the meal.
What? Like poutine?
Yeah,
it's really cute. It's really cute. Cute is kind of ironic.
Okay, that means I'm actually 9.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of weird habits of eating food, my friend actually has a weird habit of eating everything separately. So
like, what do you mean by separately?
Like everything, like burgers. He will eat burgers layer
like the
by
bun
layer.
And
the
meat, patty,
the lettuce,
the onion.
Yes, he eats everything separately. Like even foods that are supposed to eat together, like curry rice, you will mix them together, right? And he will either eat the curry first or
plain rice.
Yeah, so he has to finish either of them first. That's how separate that is.
One of my friends is also, have a weird habit when it comes to eating. She will classify different foods by their color before eat.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like carrots should be red, and with tomato they should put together.
Okay.
And eggs, they're yellow, and banana, they're yellow. They goes together and they eat together with the same color.
So every bite she takes has to be the same color.
I'm not sure, but I guess it is.
Okay, but sometimes those food doesn't match in flavors.
Yeah. Okay, the number 2 is I have a weirdest impulses. Sometimes if I am holding someone's baby, I'm like, what if I throw it out of the window? What the heck is it?
Do you ever...
No, I've never thought of it that way. It's, with such details.
Such details, you mean like throw it out of the window?
Have you ever imagined this kind of evil thing?
Yes, I do. It's just in my head. I won't do that, I promise. I won't do that in real life. But sometimes, when I hold someone else's baby, I will think about it in my head. Like, what if I drop it?
Yeah.
I will imagine that in my head. Yeah, but I won't do that.
Yeah, that's safer. Okay. True. So number 3, what's number 3?
Oh, number 3 is someone says, all doors and closets in the room must be completely shut when I'm sleeping. Do you do that?
I don't do that now, but I feel this kind of insecure feelings when I was a kid. I actually would do that. I would make sure all the mirrors were covered up by a blanket or something before I hit the sack.
Yeah, mirrors are really scary when you go to sleep.
And
I think
especially when you just finishing horror movies.
For me, all doors must be shut. Yes, that makes me feel more secure. I don't know why.
Safe.
But with closets, as long as it's not facing me directly, I don't really mind if they're closed.
You're fine with it.
Yeah.
So number 4 is sometimes I try to see if I can finish multiple tasks before the microwave is done. It's microwave.
Yes, it's microwave. Like, I don't do that.
Who will do this? Who will make things difficult for yourself? what things you can accomplish within 2 minutes
or even 30 seconds. Yeah, okay. So the next one is, if someone sneezes around me, I hold my breath for like 15 seconds until all the germs disperse in the air away from me.
It's quite hilarious, but in this pandemic situation, I guess everyone would accept this.
But do you do that?
No, typically I won't. I think sometimes it's quite rude.
Hold your breath?
Yes.
I mean,
I would judge myself in my mind.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it actually depends. Like, if we're not having this pandemic right now, if that person doesn't wear a mask or cover their face when they sneeze, then yes, I do find myself holding my breath for like 10 to 15 seconds, even though I know in my head that doesn't help at all.
So number 6, I speed when I go over bridges, just in case it collapses.
I don't do that with bridges, but I used to be really scared of ditch cover, like 水沟盖, when I was little, because I always thought that thing would just collapse if I stand on it for too long.
For me, like, it depends on what kind of bridges. Like, if it's suspension wooden bridge, yes. But country bridge, no. I don't know why, but many popular tourist attractions in Taiwan, they all got a glass bridge.
Transparent floor.
Yeah,
right?
and would you be afraid of a glass bridge?
A little bit.
I'm kind of scared of height, so I just quickly go through the bridge and take the pictures I want, and I just go away ASAP.
I know that some people take pictures like them like looking down and
with their feet
and it's transparent underneath. Do you take that pictures as well?
If it's not too scary. Sometimes the glass bridge, you can still see something down there, below your feet, but sometimes it's just too clear.
Yeah.
It's just empty. It's nothing.
It's a canyon.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Okay. The next one is, I do personal bets with myself. Like, if I'm about to throw something in the trash, I say, okay, if I make this, my girlfriend and I will get married one day.
That's stupid.
It's kind of stupid, but
I won't bet on something really big, but rather pretty small. Like, for example, I finished this work by today. I got 15 minutes to browse my social media or something else that I feel relaxed. Does that count?
That's not a bet.
That's
a deal you make with yourself.
So it's a deal.
Yeah, a bet is something you cannot control.
Okay, you just can't expect the result.
Yeah, so I actually do that. So for me, the bet is always about something irrelevant. So like, if I cross the street on time during the green light before it turns red, then today is going to be a good day. At least I tell myself that.
So what if you didn't, go through this red light?
Then I'll be upset for a while, and then maybe I'll just forget about it.
Okay. So number 8, when it rains, I look at the other driver's windshield wipers to see how fast I should set mine.
I can't relate to that because I don't have a car. But if I do get a car one day, I feel like I would have that peer pressure to set the same.
So it's like everyone just start using their windshield wipers, then you should start using
that and set it at the same speed. Would you do that?
I think I would compete with them. Like, I want to be the fastest. Like, I want to be the champion of windshield wipers.
Okay. The next one is, I hate odd numbers. The volume on TV and radio has to be even.
I don't really care if the number is odd or even.
Do you even notice that?
No, I won't even notice that. Would you do this?
Okay. I do.
You hesitate. I know.
I'm actually the opposite of this person because I prefer odd numbers. Like, not to a point where like even the volume on television or radio, but I like to keep my Instagram account following numbers to odd numbers. So if I have to follow someone and it becomes an even number, then I will have to follow another account, or otherwise I have to unfollow someone else.
So you either follow 2 people or unfollow 2 people.
Yes.
Or follow one person and unfollow
one person. Yes,
okay.
I have to keep it odd number.
Okay.
I just do that. I don't know why.
Super duper weird.
Okay.
Okay, number 10. Whenever I'm walking with headphones in, I imagine I am in a music video, so the music selection has to be just right.
I mean, I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I do that too.
I do that with sad songs though. Like only sad songs. I can't imagine myself being in a happy music video. Like when I'm listening to a sad song on a bus during a rainy day, and I'll just like look out to the window and
look at the streets and the rain dripping down the windows.
Yeah. And I will imagine that being a shot from the music video. Do you do that?
I do that too, but I always do with upbeat music, especially when I am not willing to do something. For example, coming to work.
Okay, so you listen to upbeat music when you
know,
come to
to
work.
encourage me to do something that I don't actually like to do.
So in your head, you imagine.
Yeah, I'm Lady Gaga or something else.
Oh, really?
Dancing on the dance floor, and it makes feel like, oh, I'm really happy, so I am gonna
feel like
do
a
this.
Superstar.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a superstar.
Okay, I can't relate to that, but that actually is a really good idea.
Yeah.
I'll try to do
So
that.
if you're struggling with some issues, that you probably should, listen to an upbeat music.
And pretend that I'm in the music video.
Yeah, before you do it.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So these are the weird habits that some people think are weird, but somehow relatable.
So if you're also related to any of these habits, or you have some weird habits that you want to share with us, feel free to leave a comment down below on our YouTube channel.
And that's all for today's Chatterbox Island English podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, you can subscribe to our show on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcasts.
You can also find our show on YouTube and go on our website for more information. I'm Claire.
I'm Elise, and we'll
talk to you soon. Bye.